Welcome to Lions Live 365. I'm your host, Michael Ayers, and we are back to break down the Atlanta Falcons, Detroit Lions preseason game. I had a ton of notes from it. Uh, it was a really good game until that unfortunate injury with Mo Norris. I think a part of me is going to be really rooting for the Falcons going forward. It was just a classy thing to end the game the way that it was ended. Um, and to be honest, I also want to address one thing, bro. If you are betting on a preseason game and you actually think your bet is more important than a football player's life, you seek help, okay? Seek real help. I don't understand how that's even a topic. There are some very sick fans out there, and some of y'all have real gambling problems because I don't understand. I gamble as well. I would never think of gambling on a preseason game. That's the most volatile bet that you can have. Like you don't know who the quarterback is going to be on any of these quarters. You don't know how much the stars are going to play. It's by far the most ridiculous thing that you could do, in my opinion, which is bet on a preseason game. That's a real degenerate type thought process. Like, yo, let's bet the preseason over. What? You gotta put it down, man. Call a hotline. And if you are so down bad that you can watch a man literally Mo Norris, I couldn't look at him because I was like, is he? I really thought some. I'm just happy that he can talk, that he can move, and my prayers to him and his family. I hope he can continue his career. I hope that he can still do what he needs to do. I want him to be able to walk, talk, do all of that good stuff, and that is by far the primary thing to come out of this game is that he still has his life. And the secondary thing is I want him to still be able to live his life uh in its full measure. As in he can still be an athlete, he can still move around, he can still do the common things, walk, run, talk, all of those things. Because at the end of the day, life is more important than a game. The life is more important than money. It really doesn't. As much as we should value these things, like, hey, what you do for a living and how much money you make, because it helps you provide for your family. Those are important aspects. There is nothing more important to you than your life and the life of your loved ones. Okay. So with that being said, we can actually talk about the game itself. The people that needed to ball in this game for me, the people that I was really watching, one, I'm watching the receivers. I want to see if Isaac Tesla can stack games of just balling, which ended up happening. The only thing negative for Isaac that I saw was the fact that sometimes when it's time to make that contested catch, that doesn't require him jumping over top. He did drop a ball where I thought he was really going to come down with it, but it was good defense. He has to work more on creating separation in man coverage. Uh, Outside of that, the catch that he got for that touchdown was beautiful. Uh, I finally got to see in a preseason game that Jackson Meeks can really go out there and ball. He had a nice bomb. And Giovanni Manu is one of the wildest takes for me because I've never seen somebody play so well in the first half, and then that second half just like he's on the good and the bad side of my notes. Um, and I'm gonna break that down a little bit more. Uh, Tate Ratledge on run plays is literally he's putting people out. He's moving people out the club. Like you can't get in. I like how he does on run plays. I couldn't really watch the pass sets and things like that. It's kind of hard to see guard play on, especially with it seems like the preseason like presentation, the views are so weird and it's significantly less replays. If you notice, like during a regular season game, there's like a replay every other play. That is not how. That's not how these preseason games are working. And at the end of the day, even though Tate looked like he played really well, I wanted to see more of the pass sets. Um, Tyleek, I think he's done enough to take off the rest of the preseason. Let's see him get some starters. He is unmovable. I don't know how the league is going to be ready for DJ Reader and him on the same D line. He does get winded. Like if you get to like play 7 on a drive, you're going to see like, hey, bro, I'm 330 pounds. I don't know how many plays you think I'm fitting to play, but I'm 330 pounds. And like you could definitely see that he's not going to be a guy that's going to play a bunch of snaps. This isn't Ndamukong too. Like this is a guy, you know what I'm saying, that needs his rest. 330, 340-pound man. I feel like him and DJ Reader need somebody else to spell them. So I really would love to see what happens when Aleem comes back, because not only are we going to have a dominant defensive tackle room, that dominant defensive tackle room is going to be fresh because we're going to be just rotating those guys in and out, in and out, in and out. Maybe get them off the field for third downs to get into these like pass rush packages, things of that nature. And I really saw like the run defense. I think the Falcons had like 22 yards rushing or something like that for the whole night, and it was just like the run defense was dominant. There was no movement on the offensive line for the Falcons, and I feel like that was a sure sign that he's doing his job. And the linebackers are so clean. That defensive tackle room is balling. So for me, I really see it. I'm still not seeing enough pass rush, but for me, if we can keep forcing teams to convert long down and distances, get creative with the pass rush packages, give Aiden Hutchinson some time. I don't care who the tackle is. If the quarterback has to hold on to the ball, he's going to get to the ball. So in preseason, we're not going to see our starters. It's very difficult to see how people play next to each other. But that I'm really curious to see how that's going to work out. The draft picks in general for the 2025 have looked extremely good this preseason. So like the Tate Ratliches, the Tyleeks, the Isaac Teslas, these dudes look like dudes. I really like the 2024 draft. Look like it's struggle. Like we need some guys to look like a slow bake. But 2025 look like it's here. And then we even got a Broderick Martin science. Like, Broderick Martin making plays? Come on now. I was like, hold up, wait a second. I'm looking like, who's 99? Oh, it's Broderick. You know what I'm saying? I was like, the first thing was, like, I realized I need to actually check to see how, some of these guys' numbers. Because my first reaction was like, who the hell is 91 is in the back? Like, he's blowing up every run play, ain't he? And I'm like, oh, that's Tyleek. Oh, okay, that makes sense, and then, which is kind of curious because I actually want to, like, a part of me wants to talk to a Falcons fan about how they feel about their pass rushers, because, and I'm gonna just spend this time just for Giovanni Manu because I feel like him being good could really allow us a very easy look into the future for after Taylor Decker, or at the very least, like, hey, you don't need to take Taylor Decker's spot. We might have to draft a replacement for Taylor Decker, but can he take Dan Skipper's spot? Because we do a lot of the 6 tackles type thing, and what I saw from Giovanni Manu is very hard for me to understand because Jalen Walker got absolutely blanked. Like, he did nothing against Giovanni. Like, it just seemed like every move that he tried, Giovanni was just, like, so unimpressed. It just didn't have any punch to it. Everything he did was just like, eh. And then Giovanni, like, you're fast. Just push him out of the play, running right past the quarterback. Just push him out of the play. Like, it's just there was just nothing to Jalen Walker. I'm looking like, who the hell? Who is this? And then once we got matched up with James Pierce, the violation that James Pierce was doing over there was so ridiculous. Giovanni Manu was out there fighting for his life. And I started to see why in practice we hear like how up and down he is. But in the last game, I was like, yo, he doesn't look that bad. He's looking good. Like the boy good. I'm looking at like, yo, this is really good. But then I realized he struggles with pass rushers with power. And I'm sorry, bro. In the NFL, you're going to run into a lot of people that have quick twitch and power, especially if you're playing left tackle, right? So with that being said, James Pierce was doing everything. There was a 4th-and-3 play, and it was a run play that if that running back wasn't decisive and just ran, James Pierce, I wonder what that looked from Giovanni Manu's perspective, because I think he ducked his head and lost sight of him, and James Pierce just has this quick twitch. Just like, and it was just like he had to be looking at nothing because he was on the ground by himself. He'd never touched James Pierce on that play, and if he did, it was for a moment. James Pierce was wide, just super wide open to go get the running back. The running back wasn't decisive. If somebody else were to make any penetration, it would have been a complete stop because he'd been there. The same thing with the Kyle Allen play, where it's just like like you could see the struggle because he doesn't know if James Pierce is going to use the speed or the power, and it's just like he was in hell for every down that he played against James Pierce. I'm pretty sure he was like, dear Lord, somebody come get this man away from me. And with Jalen Walker, it wasn't like that. It was just like, and it's, to me, for these draft pundits and things like that, like if you would have saw what I was watching, you would wonder how Jalen Walker got picked before James Pierce. But at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff for these players is projection, and like some dudes just have a polished tool set, and especially with players that are versatile, like in the NFL, if you're not great at everything, being good at everything really doesn't help you. Being okay at everything usually doesn't help you because you're going to run into people that are elite at what they do. You're going to run into people that are elite at pass protection. That's what they do. This is what they've done since they were 9 years old in Pop Warner, and all they do is protect the pass. All they do, they've been working on that kick slide forever. They have refined it into into something that just doing it part-time. If you pass rush part-time, you can't beat some of these people. That's what makes Micah Parsons so special, because he could do everything. Like he could do everything. And there's like 4 people in the whole league that really could do everything. Like in the front 7, that is very rare. And the NFL, they keep trying to draft that guy as if that's not a lottery ticket. And I'm not saying Jalen Walker is a bust. I'm just saying the NFL is not a developmental league. They don't develop players well. It's literally up to the player to develop. And if you start giving guys a lot of roles, or you put them in the wrong role, you can ruin a player. And I really want to see, a part of me really wants to see the rest of his career, because Giovanni Manu looked so unimpressed with Jalen Walker, but James Pierce was putting him in a blender. And it was just the craziest thing to watch. Nate Lynn looked good. Love Nate. I really hope he makes this roster. Kyle Allen looked like the guy that we hear about in these practices that's doing well. That Chargers game was nuts. And from what I've seen, I feel like the run defense is going to continue to be great. Even our backups, the run defense is really good, mainly because that's just how they draft. Linebackers are really – I like Grant. I like Zach. They all play really good. They play really well. And for me, I saw – everything I saw in the game, it just made me understand how they draft players, how they look at players. Because at the end of the day, man, this pass rusher situation, we still not generating enough pass rush to me. The run defense is very good. The secondary, I'm not gonna lie, some of these dudes they got to go. But when you watching third and fourth stringers, you really can't say anything. Like, a lot of these dudes aren't gonna make they're not gonna make the team. I'm sorry. I don't want to see what's that, the Boodle? No, I'm cool. I'm cool on the Boodles. Rocky Sin is Rocky Sin. I bang with him. He played well like usual. It's getting to the point where these preseason games is just a rerun of the last game. Like, yeah, he plays well, he doesn't. Like, all right, we need. I know I don't want to see Boodle nowhere near this roster. I'm sorry. You can keep him. I don't want to see him. I like Grant Stewart. I really expect to see Zach Cunningham as a backup linebacker. He's showing that he has ability. I really like him. Losing Cologne is like, dang, bro, we can't keep none of these dudes healthy, man. And it's just it's unfortunate, but like, I'm happy we don't play our starters in the preseason. I was really up against it for a while. Like, should we? But like, after these games, man, I don't want to see Tyreek in another preseason game. I don't want to see Tate in another preseason game. They're too valuable to this team. I want to evaluate somebody else, and everything else, man. Like, the main thing, run defense came through. Pass rush still a work in progress. And like, what's going on? Why is Ahmed doing so well that we're starting to give him like starter reps or second string reps? Like, why is he playing so few reps? I want to see Hassanin. That's what I want to see. It's a preseason game. I want to see the guys that got potential. He didn't play enough for me. I wasn't a fan of the fact that Hassanin didn't play enough. Man, I'm hurt that Rakestraw isn't out there because he needs these reps. And I really like a lot of the injured players, man. They need these reps to develop, and they're just not there. Makai Wingo, his hurt self, I would have loved to see him. I feel like a lot of people forgot about him, but he was balling before he got hurt. I really love his game. So these preseason games, not too much to talk about, but those are my takes from it. I'm fresh back from vacation, had a lovely time, and I just really want y'all, to understand there's gonna be a ton of content coming from me. I have some stuff I'm really working on. I gotta respond to some people that have outrightly challenged me. So I expect a lot. And as far as the Lionslive 365 brand, we're gonna try to give you a piece of content or two. A lot of them are gonna be in short form, but we're gonna aim for 365 pieces of content this year. We're going to try to make it every day something. A short, a thought is going to be something. Tell me if you want more art. I know I like to play with my screens a lot. Some of the people really love it. I'm definitely going to do that. But for the most part, man, we're going to try to get you a piece of content, one or two videos, a lot of shorts every day. And whether it's game day, draft day, or any day in between, it's Lions Live 365. Please like and subscribe. Peace out.